Jacob Zuma was an unpopular president. He was a corrupt thief, barely literate and really didn't do much of anything, besides rob the state's coffers. However, for years he went unchecked as his corruption was a big joke amongst, well, everyone. Growing discord in his own political party and outside pressure caused his downfall. The real reason why the African National Congress finally wanted him gone was land reformation. Jacob Zuma had no personal plans to accelerate land reform to the levels the ANC and EFF wanted. The ANC in December 2017 had resolved to amend the Constitution of South Africa to achieve land expropriation without compensation. That means the state takes land from white landowners and gives it to black people without giving anything in return to the white landowners. A secret deal was reached between the African National Congress and economic freedom fighters in late 2017, according to my sources. There are members of the African National Congress who are very sympathetic with the more radical ideology of the economic freedom fighters, and needless to say, concessions were made that were beneficial to the EFF, particularly Julius Malema. Zuma was seen as liability by his own party in this mutual agreement with the EFF, and thus the undermining began against Zuma. Since he was very unpopular and an ineffective leader, the objective to impeach him reached a new level of urgency. Also in December 2017, Cyril Ramaphosa was elected to succeed Zuma as president of the ANC right around the same time as the ratification to the constitution in regard to land reform. Jacob Zuma had survived many no-confidence votes before, but now with the cards stacked against him, he resigned on February 14, 2018, as he knew he would not win this time. It should be interesting to see what happens in the future, as Cyril Ramaphosa has spoken about conducting land reformation legally and properly. Well, according to the constitution, that should be an easy task. My personal assessment of his State of the Union address: he sounded a lot like Pontius Pilate when speaking about land reformation. He thus seeks to avoid personal responsibility for land reformation, citing the law as the proper due process. Just as Pilate had done during the trial of Jesus. In the Gospel of Matthew, Pilate washes his hands to show that he is not responsible for the execution of Jesus and reluctantly sends him to his death. I use these examples as an analogy. I feel Cyril Ramaphosa is aware of the repercussions that face him in the future regarding land reformation. He is a man who is pressured to act in accordance with what is popular, just as Pilate was. The EFF and Julius Malema are the ones with pure evil in their hearts. The ANC has also regressed back into the evils of the past, along with the incompetence of management. The greatest evil in this day and age is those with objective-driven interests by those with malice in their hearts. They can control news media, governments, political parties, non-governmental organizations, so on and so forth. Education and knowledge is the remedy, yet we still cannot achieve a peaceful world. My advice to those white landowners in South Africa who face the theft of your land: I give you a one-word response. Patriotism. Let that word define your actions. Think long and hard about the decisions you may one day soon face.